Sorry about that interruption there. Yanking on the wrong cord. And I'll have a expectation for you here coming in just a few moments. Way is higher. Day just moves away like burning hours. It's like we're sitting here doing nothing. Time molasses. Check 1, 2. Is that that's probably the nicest here. That's baller. Instead of paying for the air that everybody, all the crackheads suck on or whatever. What do they do? They puff. I Time when I was a teenager, I out after school or something, and had like a childhood friend. Like, like you have like these young friends, and you kind of break up in high school, go do your own thing. Like I think he was Patterson, gross. What the fuck is that guy doing? He's like standing outside of the car, soccer field, practicing or whatever. Thing Scotch guard or something. I was like, okay, I don't know. I think I felt like high school was like demarcation going from junior high to high school. I got like sets of glasses on right now. Okay, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. Fucking wireless lav.
So, reminder at 2 p.m., Trump is having his policy meeting. There is no live video for this. Just seeing here, according to Kuna News, Kuwait Army says one Navy soldier killed while on duty. So I said Trump has his policy meeting at 2 p.m. Eastern Time in the Oval Office. It's closed press. When there isn't a video anywhere on public sources or anything at all, but just keeping you guys up to date and aware what's going on, what's supposed to be going on at this time.
Left hand side of this keyboard. I can't even do my left, like second keyboard mouse. It has to be my right. That's why I keep saying that. Mouse has to be on my left hand. And I'm, dude, and I'm ambidextrous. Like I can shoot, golf, pool, anything. Left-handed. I can't use the mouse left-handed for some reason. Ah, fuck! I fucking bowl left-handed sometimes just to handicap myself against people. God damn it! I'm sucking myself off right now. So bad. Bye. Why you fell in love with me? You just knew I was fucking good. Here we go. big was that teleprompter? Wait till I stay on script. You can all dream. Max height. Nope. Max height 17. That's cool. That works. That totally works. What about the plate in the back? Do you mind measuring the hole pattern on that the diagonal hole pattern on that back of that monitor over there? It doesn't say here. Installation guide. Where's the installation guide? Oh, why did English? No, that's not the whole pattern, is it? It's wider than that, isn't it? Yeah, bring it over here. There's yeah, there's like the flat of the back. That's only for the tabletop. Diagonally, how many inches is it? Oh yeah, found it. Okay, so you see this right here? This is the math tip says 4 inches. So this is an 11-inch, right? Can you go from instead of diagonal, can you go up and down, side to side? Check them both. Inch square.
IDF say they completed a wave of strikes on Iranian intelligence centers. Also, according to Iranian media here, attack on Iran's southern port of Jask set some 100 fishing boats ablaze.
Hundred millimeters is 4 inches, right? So 200 millimeter.
So IDF says they're still striking Iranian missile launchers and weapons sites.
Heavy duty.
Well, hello, everybody. This is Donald J. Trump. You're behind the markets. If you're a real day trader, go real time at financialjuice.com/purchase and save 67% on a subscription. Isn't that one big, huge, brilliant deal? Come on, people.
Bro. Where are we going up here? We're gonna fucking slap the fucking ask up there or what? We're gonna slap that fucking thing up there? We're gonna grind and roll. If I can
And the IDF says they targeted Iran's
that
internal security headquarters and bases. It's just a heads up, JP Morgan CEO Diamond currently speaking on an interview on TV. JP Morgan Diamond says, I expect conflict to add a teeny bit of inflation. Again, that's JP Morgan says, I expect conflict to add a teeny bit to inflation. Diamond adds that right now, the US economy is doing fine. There is more exuberance than there should be. JP Morgan's Diamond says that we see banks doing things we probably wouldn't do.
Oh yeah, get on up there and slap it. Slap it, slap it, slap it. Oh yeah. Yeah, there you go, Marines. Slap that ass, baby. Slap the fuck out of it. All right, give me a second here, guys. I'm going to take a peek at the 4-hour chart here on the side here. Take a quick peek here in the background. Oh God, yeah. We're so close to taking out pre-market high from Thursday right now. Second here. Pre-market high from from Friday pre-market high. We also have the 689.79. That's the closing high on Thursday. And I get the halfback trade up here at 691. So we're coming into some traffic. 691.02 and 691.59.
JP Morgan's Diamond says the government should retain workers for age of AI. AI could reduce work week to 4 days.
Out for a pullback here to 686.37 ish. That noise. Okay. I'm not used to these noises. I'm like, it's all kind of new to me. There's also this sweep from 683 down here. Sweep down to 683. It's so fucking bright.
Diamond says AI push won't be winner take all situation.
Yes, it will be a winner take all. He's lying to you. He admitted. Jamie Dimon admitted that he'll do it slowly so that you don't like the frog in boiling water. Okay, so we got to watch out for a sweep down here. Give me a second here, guys. What is going on here? Oh, that's why. This new keyboard layout. So, sorry about. Wait a minute. Sorry about that. Hold on here, guys. I'm just getting used to this new layout here. Okay, so we're gonna look at a few things here. Okay. We're gonna remove all this. Did I remove the drawings yet? Yeah. Okay. So we've got new information coming into the market. Of course, we have. Can't wait till this new stand-up desk comes in. Okay. Let's take a look at this here. We swept. We last night, if you were watching the show with me, I talked to you last night when I were doing Dow Jones Industrials. I was like, like Dow Jones could theoretically smash down here early, get it done fast, and then we're out of here, which is what we did in the early morning hour or late night last night. We actually hit our low, which is kind of nice to see. Rather than the delay of coming back for it, it was done this morning. One note about markets, when we leave behind gaps, it's hard to explain. If we leave a gap here, we'll come back for it frequently. So we'll come back and grab that gap and get out of here. But if we're in cash markets and we left behind a gap in pre-market, we oftentimes will not come back for that gap. That gap is gone, believe it or not. Now, there is a gap left behind here, just so you can see it. There's a tiny, does it show up in the 1 hour?
According to reports here,
Not showing up
Iran's
here.
IRGC says a fuel tanker identified as the Honduran flagged
Let me mute
the
this fucking
Nova
thing here. Hold on.
was burning in the Strait of Hormuz after being hit by 2 drones. That's according to Iranian
You don't
Voice
need to worry.
news disconnected.
There's a playbook at play here, in my view. There is a 1 minute gap left behind. I'm assuming we come back for this at some point, but it's not major. It's just there for when we're done with this run to come back to find these buyers again. There's a fair chance here that I want to show you guys something I didn't show you last night in the stream. How do I show you this here? Give me a second. Oh, I wanted to show you this chart really quick. We gotta do it on SPX. Can I do it on? Can I do it on this one, maybe? There we go. There we go, Governor. This is SPX. Okay, where are we at here? Scroll this down. We're gonna come all the way back here to 1998. 1998. We talk about the 1990s and how we're in the stank market bubble. This is December 16th, right here. And what we had back here was an example of military operations. Right before military operations right before sorry, this is Operation Desert Fox over here. And this is like military options that are very similar to what's going on right now. there's a couple things to talk about here with this Iran thing, Iran. Um, Wall Street's lazy. They're going to run similar playbooks for similar situations. They use AI today. I'm sure it was easy for them to find out that, hey, we've done this before. We've done something similar. And we kind of faded down into this moment here. And then on the day of the operation, which is over this weekend in this case, we ramped, super ramped. So you'd consider this like 7115 on SPX. And you can see that we just kind of melted up here. And then this would be like your mid March, mid April. I can't tell you if this is going down to the depths of hell or not, or how far down we go down for the April May doom. But I know for right here, the last example that we have, it was a fucking melt up. It just didn't stop. It didn't stop until we went to January 11th. Whew. That would be like the first week of April. I don't think we go that far with this. I don't. I think like OPEX month end, you might get into April 2nd, maybe. But you're still going to get this bloodbath or at least a sideways correction of some kind with some painful lows or something like that. But the reason I'm talking to you about this is because um, there's a narrative out there. There's a narrative right now that the war is expanding, and um, American troops are dying, and now they're invading every country. And the truth be told, here, Iran has like what I think 1,500 missiles or something like that, and they got like 100, maybe 200 launchers. Let's say 200. And they have to move their launchers, right? They got to move their shit. You can't leave these things, so they got to move them. They got to hide them. And I think yesterday you saw that, like, I think they were doing salvos of 15 rockets yesterday. Rockets between rockets and missiles, about 15 per salvo. So what they're doing is they're moving their launchers from place to place, firing off some missiles and rockets, then moving it. And meanwhile, you've got the U.S. forces doing hunter kill right now. And there's one other thing here that's important. So anyone that's looking for an expansion of the war, um, if you're looking for an expansion of the war, you have to understand that the U.S. and now its allies are hunting, seeking any of these missile rocket batteries. Now, the other thing that's going on is some of you know that I served in the military. Some of you know that I served in U.S. Army Command for a time. And there's something called CNC. It's a command and control. And all militaries, unless maybe they're guerrillas, but most professional militaries, just like Iran, or Iran that has access to missiles, trained with missiles, the CNC, when that is removed, um, you only have so many orders. Like, let's say you're given preset orders, like, hey, if the Ayatollah is taken out and your commander's taken out, I want you to do this. Those military personnel will hopefully, if they're professional, will carry out their orders, the last orders they were given, until something breaks. They run out of missiles, their launchers are blown up, and what happens is the command and control aspect of the military begins to disintegrate. It begins to fracture, break apart, and we should see that quickly. Is the point that I'm trying to make to you with the number of launchers that they have, the hunter seeker kill kind of stuff that's going on right now. You should rapidly, within the next day or two, begin to see a breakdown of command and control of Iran. I know it's horrible to say that, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I know that there's a big push out there publicly, like the war is expanding. We're now dragging in other countries. We have American service members that are being hurt or killed. That's all terrible shit. We've got a casual or I forget what they're called, but some other casualties with kids and stuff like that. It's all brutal stuff. But if you look at it objectively standoffish, um, This is one of the largest militaries in the world, just like Iraq was, and they're being dismantled quickly. So, um, and there hasn't. If I had anything like negative to say, like can something bad happen in here? Sure, there could be a dirty bomb potentially um, uh, detonated, or there could be some kind of a cyber type attack, but that window gets smaller and smaller as the command and control deteriorates. So this like ball blow off should continue, and some continued upside price action um, as we move forward. You have to be very careful of. You have to be very careful of who you're listening to or who you're. Like if this is horrible to say, but like if it bleeds, it leads. All of these news organizations, they don't give a fuck. They're just going to tell you like the worst that could potentially happen. And there's something else here too. If I'm gonna go on the negative side of this Iran thing, that maybe something bad's gonna happen here. Let's go back and look at this. By the way, we're gonna go straight north here. We're gonna crank out 692.5. Just to let you know, we're gonna go up here and crank out. We're gonna crank the fuck out of this. We're gonna crank 690. But I want you to. So there's 690 right there. You can just be your first target right here, and then we've got one more target above. This is your like 690. There's 692.5. Potentially take that out. I think we're gonna fail that one though. But let's go back and look at this one. The reason I'm saying that, so this is your halfback trade right here. So let's look at this halfback. Let's give you an actual price target here. Your halfback is somewhere right here. Here. Give you an exact. I'll give you an exact. I'll give you to a tick price target here. So the reason I'm talking to you about this Iran stuff is because um this hold on here. You got 690 690.47. Just check this. There's one more up here. There's one more right here. The reason I'm bringing this up to you is because the next target is 691.08 right in here. The reason I'm bringing this up is because the last example we have is everyone wants to see the stock market crash because of potential war, but that ain't how this is happening. We've done this rodeo before. There's nothing unique here at this moment. Um, so like if I was to say, if I was to if I was to give some credence to this is a dead cat bounce. We're gonna roll back down over here, or it's because of Iran. If there was any credence to that statement here, um, I would say to you that there's three possibilities. The first one would be a dirty bomb. That window is closing. The second one would be a cyber attack potentially that could do some kind of major disruption to our economy. That window is closing as well. The last thing, if there was any more, like, if there's any true um, be scared of this, the only thing I could think of at this point would be the only thing I think of at this point would be that if you haven't noticed, if listen to this closely, if you haven't noticed, right, um, you may have or you may have not noticed, but in the age of information right now, there's not a lot of real information coming out. If you've noticed, if you've paid attention, there's not a lot of information. And that says two things. One, that says that the internet is likely cut off in Iran. uh like there's no information getting out of Iran, or very limited information getting out of Iran. There's some stuff on Twitter, but it's not a ton. It's not like normal where you get all this like information overload. So that means that the US is trying to control the information being released. Um, and also the has very tight control of information themselves. If you just think right now, the amount of information that should be out there versus what's really out there, it's very constricted. Um, so that could, number one, speak to the U.S. not being as successful as they want to be, or maybe trying to roll out information that's damaging slowly. So that is real. Um, or maybe they don't have that win just yet, that 3-day win or whatever. Like, Operation Enduring Freedom, I think, did something like, "Hey, we won," which was utter fucking bullshit. I was in the army then. I was like, this is a lie. It's like, but whatever. It was political theater and stuff. But even in that war, in the original Iraq U.S. invasion, there was a lot of information even then. And there was a lot of psychological warfare and propaganda being pushed onto the American public. You don't see a ton of that right now. It's very unusual to not see that. I don't know why my cursor is just moving right now. That's weird. So at any rate, if there was some negative stuff, it's probably that stuff. You can't really price that stuff in, or maybe it's been priced in at this point. And I really want you to think about one other thing here, which is we just invaded Iran, and we have not lost trend, have we? We have not lost trend. I don't know what you want for trend to be lost. And further from that point, we're in a low information week, or data week. I think I told you that last week. I was like, yeah, next week's always or a very low data week. So yeah, the tape will matter next week. And you saw that over the weekend, right? That the tape mattered, or the news tape mattered, but not the data tape. We discussed that last week. This is a perfect week to do this Iran stuff, like literally perfect week. Um, so at any rate, my point to you is that so we got 69250. I don't know if you can hit this one right now. We're gonna come back and look at this really quick. Let's go on a different time frame here. We're gonna give you an update for expectations into tomorrow. Do it early. Let's just check the weekly here in SPY. Look at that gorgeous tag down here. Whew, near perfect. Oh yeah, baby, did it nice and early. No time, right? No time. We ain't got no time here. We got OPEX, quarterly OPEX coming. Oops. Tight here. Give me one quick second here, guys. Getting some coffee. Too much coffee all morning. Thanks. Okay. We got our week there. We got our daily right. Oh, wait a minute. Go back to the week. Check that right there. This is red. We tagged it. We tagged this already. So everything needs to be done. We don't need to do anything else here. Notice how I have this red line right here, and this yellow line. Let me just show you this right where I put it. So we want to tag this one. This is like the must get right here. This is the target. Get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. And this tells us, if the reason you don't need that yellow one is because this one tells us This white line right here tells us that if we go up here, we're gonna go to an all-time high. Four. We don't need this one anymore. Oh, no, this is 690. That one right there. And one other thing we need to see here. One more thing we need to hit here. Just check all this down here. Just check this daily down here really quick. Don't need to see that. We already know about sweeping lower. There we go. We need to know that right there. We need to know this one. That one right there we need to see. This will turn into like a 4 hour in just a bit. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to get rid of this just to give us a little bit of context here. Just want to be able to see it. This is the target. This is your day. This is all we need to do. And I want you to see this right here. See this half an hour coming up right here? Do you see this like, hold on here. Do you see this like half hour trigger? We're coming back here. We're going to come back here. As soon as this half hour trigger crosses, there's a high chance we need to hit this one right here. I would like to hit this one and then dump. So you could see a squeeze up here. What time is it right now? 2:30. Personally, I'd like to see this go like this. Here's 690. 690. I'd like to see it like this. It's bigger. But I'll tell you what, guys, like I don't like the trade. 690 back down. I don't think 690 can hold up. And then this cross is coming up right here. What I don't like is this cross, but that's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna go with this right here. What I would say to you is this: you can stay long here, but tight stops. Definitely tight stops. And then there's the cross right there. There's your half hour trigger crossing right here. Leave that one down there. Just you remember, you always know that you have to do the like I still like I don't like chasing this. I like the idea of rolling down early or catching this right here. Um Even though the half hour trigger can make this explosive move happen, like this half hour trigger can make this push up and then come back down to grab it again. So I'm going to stick with this more uppies and then down, but I like it's hard to chase. So being down here looking for a dip seems like the normal thing to do and the right thing to do. So just be aware of it. Like the push up here is to be expected. And then when we're done with this one, we should take out this one right here, 692.5. Right here. And then what is that the all-time high right there? Yep. 1 second here. It's something like this. That's not the all-time high. Oh, fuck no. We got plenty of time up here. Hold on here. Take out this one, and then you'll take out that one right there. Let's just do 696. Let's look at this. You guys can see that I'm checking these over here. Let me just count these really quick. So we got 1, 2, right? 3, and man, this one right here. Woo! This one right here could go moon. This one right here can go fucking moon. I don't even think it. See this? This might be one leg right here. You know, there's like 1, 2, 3. I would call this 1, 2, 3. This is all one leg. And then it would matter if we get above the, if we get this high or not. Would, if we got this high in here, you would then expect this to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But for now, we'll just look at it as a corrective move. We'll be a little bit more neutral in our viewpoint here because of Iran. But this is still just 2 moves, just so you can see. This is not a 5 wave. This is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. You, if we fail this, it would be 1, 2, 3. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we get the new high, then you'd have a corrective move right here. And then we would start all over again. Very possible. So let's start with let's get rid of the, let's make that solid for now, and then just note this drop over here. This is what I want you to be aware of here: is be down here waiting to buy a dip. Okay. Um, they could do this in the overnight into Tuesday, and then you have your weekly flush somewhere in here into like Tuesday, Wednesday. Um, and there's one other thing to take note of here. Um, when we complete this up here, I can't tell if we're going to sweep the early buyers now or if we go up here and do all this damage and then we sweep this on like Wednesday, Thursday, early buyers. I think we talked about that last night too, that there's like opportunities here to come back down again and just buy this dip one more time. So, are you guys watching this right now? Is anybody out there watching this? Am I talking to myself? Maybe. The best fucking stream in the whole goddamn thing. Motherfuckers talking about fucking crashing the goddamn stock market. Not shit posting either. Like they're being serious. There. Target hit. Bam, bam, bam. Down here. Bam, 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 and up. Okay. This is ultimately your target. You really want to take this one out here. This is a big one. A big number right now for bulls that they need to pay attention to is 691.09 is a huge number. One tick, like one tick failure is super bad. One tick over, that look above is what we need to go higher. So keep an eye on 691.08. If it fails or just ticks above it into tomorrow. Thanks, Red Beast. I know. I'm like, am I alone here watching this show or doing this show? I'm like, seriously, brother. Okay, so it's something like this right here. You guys are all watching? Cool. All right, thanks, guys. I just want to make sure you're here. I didn't lose the stream, or you guys are like, fuck this guy. He's doing. I realize there's some troubleshooting going on in the background, but I am working on very hard right now, trying to get everything done in here, so we can get this stream. This is the best fucking stream on. I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking. Maybe I'm just. I think this is the best goddamn stream on fucking TV personally, but because we do this shit live. It ain't after. It ain't before. It ain't after. It ain't don't make a decision. It's not like, oh, you shouldn't do anything. I don't know if we're gonna crash. We're gonna go up. Don't do nothing. We tell you exactly what our thoughts are here, right or wrong. Um, so right in here, we don't mind being wrong here. You can be wrong. You know why these guys don't tell you what to do? Not what to do, but like what they think is gonna happen. Because they're fucking afraid to be wrong. They build a mystique about themselves. They fucking lie. They're not real traders. They know big words. That's all they know. They fucking took fees in their profession. Don't ever forget that. This fucking Wall Street fucks all took fees. They don't fucking trade for a living. Never. These fucking guys, they just know big words. That's all they fucking know. You put them in a room with fucking money, they're not going to be able to do with it. They fucking sit there and fucking blow it up in like 5 minutes. They live on fucking fees. They go to college for finance and they get a job charging you and I fucking fees, right or wrong. Okay, so there we go. So that's what I think happens here. Look for flushes down here. If you're not gonna do the Marines gang thing up here, just be down here waiting for a dip to buy. You know, if you miss that dip, it's okay. There's always another day, always another trade for Doom. Um, if you watch Larry Williams out there, if you're a member, right? I have Larry Williams' outlook for this year, and I think I showed the section that said you buy the first Monday of the month, and it prints like 80% of the time by like I think it's like the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, or something. So in that zone. So if you have a chance to look at that, and this is the start of the month, and look at this beautiful upside moves into the beginning of the month. Iran had nothing to do with it. Used as a vehicle to get a nice cheap price. While you're all expecting crashes, it was buy the fucking dip. Just like that fucking stream I did last night. I love all of you, by the way. The stream is going to stay up here into the close. I'm going to bring this back to a 1 minute here. The stream is going to stay up into the close today, but I will be streaming all night long. You're going to see me like turn the stream off and on and off and on. So I apologize for that. You're going to see me like doing a bunch of stupid shit over the next day or two. Just to get everything yeah, right there, just like that. Dialed in. I got so much crap. I got still stuff being delivered. Remember that this is a 1 hour frame here. Remember that this here is a 1 hour frame. So let me just hold on a second. Even though it's on a 1 minute, it's a 1 hour frame. As a matter of fact, let's switch this up a little bit so you can see this better. This goes down here, right? We can actually move this all over a little bit. We're on a 1 minute right now, so this should go somewhere like this. This should go something like this, just so you can see that right there. We'll follow my cursor like the goat says, like right up here, right? Right back down, up there, and then back down over here. That's where we should be flushing this 1 hour down here. Do you see it right down there, right? Take out the 1 hour. I'll even draw it down here a little bit deeper. There's your halfback trade down there. Do it just like this. And then we got this one right here, right? We didn't fuck any of that up. I think we got to take that one out, right? Yeah, right there. We got to take this one out. Then we got to take this one out right here. Something just like that on a 1 hour basis. You want to snip that, you can. You want to snip that at home. So you got some doom in the overnight in here. A little bit of doom in the overnight. In the morning. So we go up into the overnight, and then we get flushed into 9 a.m. We'll leave this right here. We're just looking for dips to buy in here. So I'll be doing some. I have to add. Sorry, my camera's not working right now either. I've got some not camera issues, but camera changes that I'm making right now, and so you'll see the stream up, on and off all through the night. I think I can work until 9 or so. I don't think I have to do anything for my kids. Um, and then tomorrow there might be just a little bit more stuff. I got to do some graphics and I got to do some back end Streamlabs stuff, and I got to do some wire management, and I got to get some servos going and stuff like that. And I still have some lighting issues and stuff like that going on. I got some shit. I got some microphone stuff that's still not done. I think the list is bigger than I'm pretending here. Now, there's one last thing I want to say to you. If you are on Dead Cat Bounce Gang, if you are the bear, like we're gonna crash. The one thing I would say to you at this point, if it's Dead Cat Bounce, just switching back here, just switching back over here. If this is Dead Cat Bounce, the one thing I would say to you would be, if you're looking for that Dead Cat Bounce, you need to see. There's a few things for you to do here. Like, if we come back down and you want to, like, if we start losing this hourly trigger and you want to like sell that down, I'm down with that. If you want to sell this down, I'm down with that. I just wouldn't commit to it. I'd be taking the money and running down here, like 675, 14. I would take the money and run. I wouldn't commit to the crash trade. That's being narrative that's being pushed around. You see this low right here? I would like take this like step by step. Like, you can get in and out over here. Like, hey, I'm going to take that one out. Then I would get back out again, and I would start aggressively selling all this right here. So, Dead Cat Bounce Gang, be tactful or be tactical until you start breaking this prior low over here. And even then, there's a fucking weekly trigger in here. This could be a big time bear trap down here. So just be aware of that weekly trigger. Be very tactful down here. Yeah, you got to be tactful down here. You got to be. So just be tactful down here if you're sell side. You know you have to get the low, the new low, and you need that momentum break on weekly, which has not happened yet either. And that thing's coming up more and more and more and more. This weekly is going to fucking push us up. Like, anyone telling you we're not going to break trend, that weekly is going to do one of two things. You know, that weekly trigger is going to come up one, right? It's going to come up 1, 2, and 3, and it's not more. It's up time. It's like vertical time. Or we lose the weekly and we're out of here. But I want you to know that from the depths of hell, there's weekly velocity coming from underneath of this market right now, and this sideways shit ain't gonna fly. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna fucking fly. Either up or down, we're either getting sent back into the downside in a bloodbath, or we're gonna start squeezing big time here. Big time. Over the next week or two, expect big squeezes upside. I don't see that downside move. Do not be left behind. You are going to get left behind, I promise you. That weekly velocity is like the depths of hell. It's been climbing for a while here. So be careful. That, you know what, you want to get over an all-time high, that weekly velocity will definitely do it if the daily does not. So 2 more ups. Look for a downside stroke over here, either on 684.1, 0.56. Or this nice little sweet hourly down here with a little wicking action down at 681.41. And just be patient in here for the next dip buy. We're going up, boys. I know that everybody thinks we're going to stay in this range. We are not. That weekly trigger is going to fucking rip your face off to the upside. Do not be left behind. I told you last week, buy the fucking dip. Buy the fucking dip for the month. You're going to race this fucker up into OpEx. We're going moon, baby. We're going to get sucked into that vortex of the JPM caller. I got to go back to doing this stuff right now. So I'm not leaving. I'm still here, but I'm in the office. But, you know, stop fucking drinking the Kool-Aid. I'll be right back, guys. What up? Hold me, Cap. What up, Gubby Master? How you doing, brother? Oh, dude, it finally fucking signed me into fucking Streamlabs. Sweet, I can read your shit now. I can finally read fucking Streamlabs. Streamlabs wasn't kicked in. Do I get the multi-stream in here now? Can I get me some multi-stream chat action? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Did that work? Nope. Oh, there I am. Bam. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, dude, I can now chat on fucking YouTube and, oh, God, this is such a good computer. I got the multi-stream chat going. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Watch out for the flush into the close here. Oh, yeah, boys and girls. All right. Oh, dude, I got new music, too. Oh, wait till you guys hear the music. The music's raunchy. What do you guys think of a new show name? I was thinking Slap That Ass could be a nice show name. Slap That Ass. And then we could do like Sell the Ass. Sell that ass.
Just keeping on the dollar as well.
Someone was saying
Continue
it
to
in the
move,
Discord. I
seeing
think
moving towards the
Upland or
upside
somebody
again.
was saying it in the
Off of the
Discord.
back of the headline
I
advisor
was like,
to
I
the
like what
command of
Upland's saying, and
IRGC.
I
The
approve
Strait
this
of Hormuz is
message.
closed, and we will target any ship that attempts to pass through. And also adding that Iran is
An
to set on
unintended
fire any
audience.
ship trying to pass. So as I said, dollar moving towards the upside off the back of that. WTI crude oil also moving towards the upside, and seeing the VIX moving from about 20.51 to 21.25. The VIX moving high off the back of that news.
Oh, do we have fucking
Also, the S&P 500 moving down again off of the back of that news. Nasdaq 100 also turning negative, as is the S&P 500.
This is what's he like, super bear right now? It's like, oh, it's very negative right now. The market is super negative on that news. You mean the late afternoon sweep? Is that what you mean, the flush? You mean the flush that comes every fucking day? S&P 500 doom. Doom, doom, doom. JP Morgan Diamond saying inflation may be the skunk at the party. Yeah, it will be, but not right now. We're going to run that fucker hot, Jamie. You know we're going to run that fucker hot. We're going to run that fucking inflation hot, bro. It's going to be so awesome. You love running it hot. Tell him, Jamie. Tell him how you like running it hot. You know you like running that shit hot. Nice little flush coming up right here into the close. Flush him. We ain't getting down there, I don't think. I don't think we're getting down here. I think you'll be lucky to get down here. I don't think you can get that deep. I think this is about as deep as you get. Only that deep right there. That's all I see. I only see that deep. I don't think you get the full flush. I don't think you're going down here in the clothes. Maybe, but I don't think if you do that, man, wait until you see where if we do this right now nice and early, we don't need to do any of that. This would become this right here. This would become 685. Right about there. But we're not there yet. You want to flush it right now, though, dude. I'm down. We can buy the fuck out of this right now. You want to send it down? You want to send it down here? Just let me know. I don't think you're getting down there, though, bro. Major
So oil
outlook.
extends gains after settlement, WTI rising above $72 a barrel.
Oh, hey, heads up out there too. I got something for you. You guys like conspiracy shit? Okay, you guys ready?
So also seeing reports here on X, out of abundance of caution, all personnel at the U.S. Embassy in Jordan have temporarily departed the embassy compound in Amman due to a threat, according to a release by the U.S. State Department. Again, security alert made for personnel
security
in the U.S.
alerts,
Embassy
dude.
temporarily
Security
departed
alert. I'm in
compound
shorts.
in Amman due to threat.
Okay, so if we ever lose the internet in a cyber attack, I'm gonna give you a number. Okay, ready? I'm gonna give you a number right here. It's 51.84000. I don't think you'll ever need to use this, but that is a repeater in Detroit. I have a ham license, so if there's ever anything terrible happening out there, you can always check in there twice a day. I'll check in for a mic check early in the morning at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then I would do a second check at 16:30 Eastern Standard Time. That's using military time. That's 4:30 in the afternoon. I don't think that would ever happen, but just a heads up out there, if the internet ever actually goes down from a cyber attack, that's kind of worst case scenario. You would see me do a mic check on that band, and then I would direct you to a separate band so that you could listen to the show via like a you could probably use they have like these radios you can use to listen into ham radio signals, and you'd have me come on and give you a show of some kind if the world was going to end or something like that. I don't think that would ever happen. I hope it never happens, but you can usually pick up a repeater like this across the nation with some kind of a single sideband radio receiver. You can actually get these receivers on the internet for like 20-30 bucks, plug them into your laptop and listen in anywhere. But if you're ever scared or anything like that, something's going to happen. I do have a full ham shack, and I have high frequency radio. I've got ham radio. As a matter of fact, it's kind of ironic. If you can, it's not legal to do this, but I would never do this. But if you're out there, a CB radio is high frequency. If you didn't know that. You can actually pick up signals high frequency across the country on a CB radio if you get the right setup. I won't talk anything more about that, but so I know that there's the financial juice is spreading doom right now, but we do this every day. Every day we get this nice little flush, so I don't think it's anything worse than some doom pumping right now. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit here.
So just getting some wider notation that the IRGC advisor says we won't let oil leave the region. So now just say again, Iran State TV says Iran State TV citing IRGC advisor says we won't leave. So again, IRGC advisor says we won't let oil leave the region, according to Iran State TV. So around IRGC advisor Ibrahim Jabari speaking on state TV. A security official in Iran's Isfahan province says 47 people have been killed in the province since the start of the US Israeli war on Iran.
You guys might hear a microphone at some point. I apologize if you do.
It's getting wider notoriety now that the US Embassy in Amman says temporarily evacuated due to a threat. So that's in Jordan. So reminder earlier on we had
You're behind the markets. If you're a real day trader, go real time at financialjuice.com/purchase and save 67% on a subscription. Let's make a big, beautiful deal, people. Come on.
So is Israeli military. The army says we have reinforced the northern front by deploying 2 divisions on the border and buffer zones in southern Lebanon and Syria. Also, according to correspondence here, sirens are sounding in Amman and several other Jordanian cities. US Secretary of State Rubio says Iran was producing hundreds of missiles a month, and we're having success in removing Iran's short-range missiles. This is now Rubio speaking to reporters at Capitol Hill. Reminder, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, he's due to brief Congress on Iran. Adding that Rubio says Iran posed unacceptable risk. Rubio adds that the US is successful in removing Iranian Navy threat. So again, Rubio says that the US is doing successfully in removing the Iranian Navy threat. One minute ago now to begin the market on close imbalance data. Israel's military issues evacuation warning for several towns in Lebanon, signaling imminent strike. Rubio also says, I hope the Iranian people can overthrow the government. Rubio says the objective here is missile and navy destruction in Iran. Market on close imbalance at S&P 500 buy side 1.4 billion, Nasdaq 100 buy side 1 billion, Dow 30 buy side 317 million, maximum buy side 392 million. So the IDF posted on X pre-attack warning to residents in South Lebanon. Rubio stating what's already been said already, that we would also love to see a new regime in Iran. Rubio says regime change is not the explicit objective of this mission. Just a heads up, Truth on Truth Social, Trump just posting here that everybody watch Sean Hannity at 9 p.m. Netanyahu will be interviewed. According to IRIB, Iran launches drone strike on US Arif Jan base in Kuwait.
Well, hello, everybody. This is Donald J. Trump. You're behind the markets. If you're a real day trader, go real time at financialjuice.com/purchase. and save 67% on a subscription. Isn't that one big, huge, brilliant deal? Come on, people.
US Secretary of State Rubio says a program will be implemented to mitigate energy costs. According to Fars News, Iranian parliament building in Tehran reportedly struck. So several explosions heard across Tehran. So Rubio says Besant and Energy Secretary Wright will roll out steps to mitigate oil costs. Rubio says we're not postured for ground forces in Iran right now. Rubio adds that no diplomatic exchanges are happening with Iran at the moment. Adding that the hardest hits are yet to come from the US military. Rubio concludes remarks to reporters at the Capitol. So according to reporters, Rubio finished by saying, "We will do this as long as it takes to achieve those objectives." Again, those objectives were to eliminate the threat of Iran's short-range ballistic missiles and the threat posed by their navy, particularly naval assets. Rubio says that the US will roll out actions on Tuesday related to oil price spike due to Iran conflict. So reminder early on, he did mention that that Besant and Wright will then roll out steps to mitigate the oil stuff. As he did say, a program would be implemented to mitigate energy costs. US CENTCOM posting an update on X says, as of 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 US service members killed in action. So it's further from CENTCOM. They say that the two previously unaccounted for service members from the facility that was struck during Iran's initial attacks in the region. Islamic resistance in Iraq says it has carried out 28 operations since early Monday using dozens of rockets and drones against enemy bases in Iraq and the region, according to a statement. Israeli military issues evacuation warning for Tehran residents, especially the area broadcasting headquarters. RBA's Governor Bullock, speaking here, says board and uncertain if financial conditions are sufficiently restrictive to return inflation to midpoint of target in reasonable time frame. Range of indicators tell us that labor market conditions are tight. Economic data since February rate hike support that move. Underlying demand in economy further from supply potential than we had assessed. A large part of unexpected increase in inflation was sector specific and likely to ease. Board remains focused on returning inflation target. It's too early to say what impact will be, and events are moving rapidly. I believe we are all well positioned for policy to respond if required. A supply shock could add to inflation pressures. Events in the Middle East are a reminder of geopolitical uncertainty, but prolonged shock could also have adverse effects on global economic activity.
you're behind the markets. If you're a real day trader, go real time at financialjuice.com/purchase and save 67% on a subscription. Let's make a big, beautiful deal, people. Come on.
We have posted out RBA's Governor Bullock's speech on the feed for you to read through. IDF says they're going to attack military infrastructure in Tehran in the coming hours. Take a look at the market wrap for the US session. A surge in oil prices tied to escalating tensions with Iran. According to here, Iran's Fars News now says Tehran parliament building not hit. So again, Iran's Fars News says that Tehran parliament building is not hit. It's going back to the marker app. Obviously, if there is anything that comes through, we'll just jump to that. So, a surge in oil prices tied to escalating tensions with Iran rattled fixed income markets and lifted the dollar, while equities rebounded from early losses. Inflation concerns intensified as disruptions threatened key energy supply routes. Treasuries came under pressure as manufacturing data showed renewed expansion and a sharp increase in input costs. The yield on 10-year notes jumped 10 base points to 4.04%, putting it on track for the biggest advance since April. Markets now fully priced the first Fed cut in September, with expectations for a third reduction in 2026 largely fading. The S&P 500 finished little changed after falling more than 1% earlier in session, and energy and defense stocks led gains while several cash-rich tech firms also advanced. Airlines declined, gold climbed above $5,300. Oil markets reacted sharply to the near standstill in traffic through the Strait of Hormuz and operational disruptions at a major Saudi refinery, highlighting risks to global supply. WTI crude surged 6.3% to settle at $71.23 per barrel. European natural gas prices also spiked after Qatar shut down the world's largest LNG export facility. Despite the volatility, the rebound in major equity indexes suggests investors currently see the conflict as a serious geopolitical development, but one that remains financially contained for now. The dollar strengthened 0.7% on the session. Reports from Al Jazeera breaking that they say correspondents say sirens are sounding again in Kuwait. According to a memo, US State Department is switching model powering its in-house chatbot from Anthropic to OpenAI. So again, US State Department is switching model powering its in-house chatbot from Anthropic to OpenAI, according to a memo. Israel military says it has begun a new wave of strikes on Tehran.
Well, hello, everybody. This is Donald J. Trump. You're behind the markets. If you're a real day trader, go real time at financialjuice.com/purchase and save 67% on a subscription. Isn't that one big, huge, brilliant deal? Come on, people.